Well, hello and welcome. I'm Don Engebretson. I'm the author of a new novel, Welcome to Kamini, being published by the magnificent Guernica World Editions, and I'm going to do a very quick reading. I thought, since a majority of the novel takes place in the mesmerizing Northwest Ontario wilderness, why not give you the Northwestern Ontario wilderness as your backdrop? So I'm actually sitting in my boat for this reading on a absolutely magnificent August day up here in Ontario. And I thought what I'd do, first of all, I'm going to read the synopsis on the back cover. Two reasons. It's very short, succinct, tells you quite a bit about the novel. Second reason, if I read from the back cover, you can stare at, while I read, what I think is one of the goldarn sexiest novel covers of 2021. So here we go. Then I'll read a very short passage from an interior chapter. Welcome to Kamini. American Russell Dean's meticulously crafted career has brought him wealth, fame, an idyllic lifestyle, and a beautiful wife. But now his wife is divorcing him. He's surrounded by fools, and Russell is in a tailspin. A golf vacation to a remote Ontario resort town is exactly what he needs to skate through a rare, rough patch. Or not. Mysterious natural forces far beyond his control and the eclectic characters he meets, including 3 skilled, powerful women and a mirthful Ojibwe fishing guide, have decidedly different plans. Welcome to the Canadian wilderness, Mr. Dean. Welcome to Kamini. Danger, suspense, mysticism, romance, and live bait. There it is. Let's meet that mirthful Ojibwe fishing guide. Protagonist, you meet him right away. Russell, he's fine. But this will give you just a little bit of the flavor of Mr. John Dogrib. Gribber is the head fishing guide at Kamini Lodge. Kamini Lodge is the big castle-like golf, tennis, fishing, gourmet dining resort that is the lifeblood of the town of Kamini. And you'll learn quite a bit about Gribber during the course of the book. But for now, let's just pick it up here. American fishermen and women were the most enamored by their perceived privilege of being guided through a vast Canadian river system by a real Indian guide, and occasionally Gribber couldn't help but play off their well-intentioned prejudice. Instead of his usual flannel shirt, after donning jeans and work boots, he reached for his costume buckskin pullover. It was his go-to article of ersatz native clothing, purchased from a tourist shop in Misquah. Though made from deer hide, any semblance to traditional Ojibwe attire and occasions on which such attire could be worn ended there. Still, the minimal, nonsensical beadwork and fringe strips were sufficient decorative details to trigger the preconceptions of native dress in the minds of tourists. The shirt worked like magic. If asked by his party where they were going to fish, his standard reply, "The wind will tell us where to fish," would bring a reverent nodding of heads. It also held the ring of truth. A strong wind often blows surface water containing schools of minnows towards shorelines downwind, attracting more feeding fish to these choppy shores than to those leeward. Gribber also might suggest his fishing party learn a secret Ojibwe phrase to bring them luck before dropping their lines. Always thrilled to do so, his eager students would repeat after Gribber each enchanting word. And why don't you repeat after me as well? Would you like to learn a bit of Ojibwe? All right, so just follow in here. Was his eager students would repeat after Gribber each enchanting word. Nahui, Wewe Banabi, Matakwa Jean. Shout it to the heavens, Gribber would implore them after they mastered the phrase. Nahui, Wewe Banabi, Matakwa Jean, they would shout in unison. Delighted, each would head home able to say, it is a good day to fish naked in Ojibwe. His guests were, of course, unaware that their bushtown Indian guide was fluent in English, French, and Ojibwe and held a bachelor's degree in philosophy from Dartmouth College. The shtick nearly always resulted in a particularly hefty tip from well-to-do white lodge guests at the conclusion of his services. A little bit of an intro to one of the more intriguing characters in my debut novel, Welcome to Kamini, wonderful Guernica World Editions, US, Canada, UK distribution. I appreciate you spending some time with me. Miigwech.